Alright, we're going to use segments of chords and tangents and secants in this assignment. We're getting right into it. The segment of chords theorem says that if two chords intersect in the interior of a circle, then the product of the lengths of the segments that are created in one chord is equal to the product of the length of the segments in the other chord. So we have Kn and Nj is x and x plus 4, and mn is x plus 2, and ln is x plus 1. Go ahead and multiply those out. We get x squared plus 4x is equal to x squared plus 3x plus 2. We're going to go ahead and subtract x squared from both sides, and we're going to get 4x is equal to 3x plus 2. Subtract 3x, and we end up with x is equal to 2. So now we're going to put that in to find the length of ML and KL. ML is going to be 2 plus 2 for MN, and 2 plus 1 for LN, and that's going to be equal to 7. KL is going to be 2 for just NK, plus 2 plus 4, and that's going to equal 8. Just some more problems here. We're going to have 3 times x is going to be equal to 24, and divide by 3. X is equal to 4 is equal to 8. Here we're going to have 2 times x plus 1 is going to be equal to 12. Rather than distribute, I'm just going to divide by 2 right now, and I get x plus 1 is equal to 6. Subtract 1, subtract 1, x is going to be equal to 5 in number 2. So pretty easy, straightforward problems there so far. Now we're looking at a tangent segment and a secant segment. Remember, secant just intercepts at 2 points on the circle. So, and then to continue that line, they use an external segment up here, and you can see that. And then a tangent only intersects the circle at 1 point. The theorem we're going to have, the segments of secant's theorem, is that the segment of the external segment times the total segment is going to be equal to the same for other segments. So what's outside times the whole thing are going to be equal. So here we're going to have 9 times 20, because I have to add 9 and 11 together, is going to be equal to 10 times x plus 10. So I'm going to get 180 is equal to 10 times x plus 10. Again, I'm not going to distribute, I'm just going to divide by 10. And I get 18 is equal to x plus 10. Subtract 10, subtract 10, and I'm going to get x is equal to 8. Just a couple more to go. Number 3, do it here. We have 6, and then 6 plus 9 is 15, so we have 6 times 15 is going to be equal to 5 times x plus 5. And we're going to get 90 is equal to 5 times x plus 5. Again, we'll divide by 5. And I believe that's 18 is equal to x plus 5. Subtract 5. Subtract 5. X is equal to 13. Moving up a little bit of a longer problem here. And this one actually did have to be worked out a different way. So we're going to have, basically for number 4, we're going to have 3 times x plus 5 because I add 3 to x plus 2. And then we're going to have x plus 1. And adding x plus 1 and x minus 1 together, I just get x. I get 2x. We're going to make those equal to each other. We're going to get 3x plus 15 is going to be equal to 2x squared plus 2x. We're going to bring everything over to the right side and make it equal to 0. So 0 is equal to 2x squared minus x minus 15. Now, you probably don't remember doing this from algebra. It's been a while, but we have the quadratic formula, which is negative b plus or minus the square root of b squared minus 4 times a times c over 2a. And I'm going to have to trust me that I did that, and I end up with x is equal to 3 for this one. Alright, so here we have another theorem. We're going to have a tangent, a secant, and an external segment. The square of the tangent is going to be equal to the product of the external segment and the whole segment. So again, the external and the whole. So in this problem, we have our tangent is 16 squared, and that's going to be equal to x times x plus 8. And 16 squared is 256. That's equal to x squared plus 8x. And we're going to do that same thing we did before. X squared plus 8x minus 256 is equal to 0. We're going to go negative 8 plus or minus the square root of 8 squared minus 4 times 1 times negative 256 all over 2 times 1, or 2. And what we're going to get is that this will simplify to negative 4 plus or minus 4 times the square root of 17. And that is going to be about 12.49. Here we're looking for the radius of a circle inside a tank. So we're going to have our CB squared, this value squared, times this value times that value with r square, or 2r. So setting it up, we're going to have 20 squared is going to be equal to 8, the external segment, times 2r plus 8. We're going to get 400 is equal to 16r plus 64 And actually I could have divided by 8 there as well as I have been doing on other problems. We're going to subtract 64 minus 64. We're going to get 336 is equal to 16R. And our R is going to be equal to 21 feet. Lastly, a few problems here. We have 5 is going to be x times x, so it's going to be x squared. It's going to be 1 times 4 is equal to 4. Take the square root of that, and we get x is equal to 2. On this one, we're going to have 7 squared is going to be equal to 5 times x plus 5. We're going to get 49 is equal to 5x plus 25. I'm going to subtract 25, and I'm going to get 24 is equal to 5x. And I'm going to divide by 5, and x is going to be about 4.8. Number 7 is another one that's going to involve finding the quadratic formula to figure out. So we're going to have 12 squared is equal to x times x plus 10. We'll get 10x, or x squared plus 10x is going to equal to 144. We're going to go x squared plus 10x minus 144 is equal to 0. And we're going to put it in the quadratic formula, and trust me, we come up with x is equal to 16. I'm not going to do number 8. If you can just put in the numbers to find that the same way we did with the first problem.